Welcome back to Comicstorian Gaming, where we like to have a lot of fun with our video games, tell you what's going on in them, and explain the lore to some of my favorite franchises. Today we're going to tell you what exactly happened in Final Fantasy VI. Why is this one revered as one of the best games in the franchise, and who the F is Kefka? Yep, today we're going to give you a synopsis of the overall plot as to what happened. Here we go. Wedge and Biggs, soldiers of the Empire, have been dispatched to the snowy hills surrounding the neutral Narsh village. An Esper has been reported in the area, and Wedge and Biggs are armed with Magitech armor and leading a magic user with them. As they journey into the mines where the Esper is supposed to be, the creature sends out pulse waves of magic, destroying the 3 sets of Magitech armor and killing the 2 soldiers. This magic user awakens in the home of Arvis in a village. She has no memories of her past except that her name is Terra. When the guards of Narsh arrive, they look for the magic user that came into their village, and Arvis manages to sneak Terra into the mines. The guards follow, and in their haste, Terra falls into the deep shaft. Memories flooding back to her of her using her magic to kill many soldiers. Meanwhile, a thief named Locke arrives at Arvis' home, and it is revealed for the two work for a group resisting the Empire known as the Returners. Arvis asks Locke to find Terra and help her escape. And journeying into the mines, Locke works with the Mogs that live beneath the earth to help the young girl escape. The two journey next to Figaro Castle, where they meet King Edgar. Edgar also works with the Returners in secret, helping fight against the Empire, and when the Imperial Ambassador Kefka arrives in search of Terra, Edgar is forced to reveal himself to help her and Locke escape. The two flee into the desert as Kefka burns the castle behind them. Yet Edgar orders the castle to bury itself in the sand, stopping the flames and keeping those inside safe. The three then journey together, with Terra revealing that she is a magic user. They convince her to travel with them to the headquarters of the Returners, where they will be able to protect her from the Empire. It is there that they meet Edgar's twin Sabin along the way and help him defeat the monk who killed his master. And with this done, Sabin joins the group. The group arrives at the Returners' base, and the leader, Bannon, informs the group that the Empire is looking for the secrets of magic. Their rest is then interrupted as they learn that the Empire has discovered the location of the hidden base, and the group quickly leave. Locke decides to go and try to slow the Empire down, while the rest begin journeying back to Narsh via the river. Along the way, they fight an octopus, and Sabin is lost in the rapids. With his task completed, Locke manages to slip away, and as he is leaving, he meets Celeste, a general who betrayed the Empire, and working together, the two begin to make their way to Narsh, where they're going to meet up with the rest of their group. Meanwhile, Sabin, who battled against that octopus, washes ashore, meeting the ninja Shadow. Further up the river, the Empire has begun an attack against the city of Doma. The city has been defended by Cyan, who is the retainer of the king. However, after the city's water supply is poisoned by Kafka, Cyan loses his family and goes on a murderous rage. Cyan meets Sabin and Shadow, and the three manage to escape the Empire by boarding the train to the afterlife. Before they can escape, Cyan sees his family aboard, which calms him. And after escaping the train, the group continue their journey, hoping to meet the rest of the group in Narsh. Eventually, everyone meets up within the village of Narsh, where Celeste informs everyone that the Empire is on its way. The group joins forces with the rest of the village, and they manage to repel the attack led by the evil and insane Kefka, although the crazy villain does manage to escape them. With the town saved, Terra once again confronts the Esper from before, and it once again sends out magical energy, and Terra begins to transform into a monstrous beast, being one of the only individuals that are able to use magic. She screams into the sky, flying away while her friends stand on the mountain and can do nothing more than watch. With the resistance continuing to protect the town, the party goes in search of Terra, and they eventually find her in the town of Zozo, along with an Esper named Ramu. Ramu fills them in on the Empire's invasion of the Espers' realm and the War of the Magi. Ramu also informs them that the Empire has captured several Espers and is removing the magic from their bodies at the capital. If an Esper dies, it'll transform into Magicite, which gives the user powerful magic. Knowing that they have to defeat the Empire, Ramu transforms himself into Magicite so that the party can be more powerful. The party must journey to the capital, and along the way they manage to acquire an airship named the Blackjack. Eventually arriving at the capital, they sneak into the Magitech research facility where they free some of the captured Espers. The Espers have become too weak though, and they transform into Magicite, which allows the party to become even more powerful. Inside, they meet Sid. Yes, Sid, not that Sid, but another Sid in the Final Fantasy universe, head of research, and they discover that Celeste is actually a spy for the Empire. Kefka arrives and sets the facility to explode, allowing Celeste to teleport them all away. And betrayed and left behind, the party is saved by Sid, who helps them escape. Once they return to Zozo, party discover that they actually saved the Esper, Madurin, who turns out to be Terra's father. It is revealed that Terra is actually half Esper, which is how she has natural magical abilities. The Empire has begun to experiment on her, and they want to use her as a weapon because of this. So everyone returns to Narsh, and the party begins to devise a plan to retaliate against the Empire. Knowing that they don't have the strength, though, they open up a portal to the Esper realm to ask for assistance. And when they open up the gate, Kefka attacks! The Espers move forward, destroying everything that they see, and after that destruction, the Empire offers a truce with the Returners, hoping to end the war with the Espers. Working alongside General Leo of the Empire, the party searches for the Espers, and eventually finds them inside of the caves near the town of Themisa. The Espers are led by Yara, who informs them that the Espers lost control and apologize for that destruction. A truce is made between the Empire and the Espers, but before it is finalized, Kefka arrives, killing the remaining Esper, taking all of their power for himself. General Leo tries to stop him, but is killed by Kefka, who claims that he is only doing the Emperor's bidding. To stop Kefka, the portal to the Esper's realm is opened, and as the magical beings try to stop the madman, he kills them all, gaining their power. He then enters the Esper realm in hopes of awakening the Triad. The party tries to stop him, fighting against the Ultima weapon, and they manage to defeat it, but are stopped by Kefka destabilizing the magical field of the world by removing the statues of the warring Triad. As the party attempts to flee, they are scattered across the world, and over the course of a year, Kefka rises in power, building a tower of ruins and drains the magic from the warring Triad, becoming the god of magic himself. The world begins to die, withering from the magical fallout in the wasteland that is roamed by monsters. All those who would stand against Kefka are destroyed by his light of judgment, his ultimate attack. Celeste awakens one day on a small island. There she discovers the former Magitech researcher Sid, and Sid tells her what has happened to the world in the last year. And so Celeste sets off to find the rest of the party. She first discovers Sabin in the town of Zen, and the two continue to discover that Edgar has begun to lead a band of thieves under the guise of Gerard. They continue their travels, locating Terra in the village of Moblis, where she has begun to take care of a group of orphans. She has vowed to give up her life of battle, but is forced once more into the fight to protect the children from a monster. Knowing that she must save the world to save the children that she loves, she joins the group once more. And the party continues on, finding each of their old friends along the way. Once they have formed the Returners, once again they attack Kefka in his Tower of Ruins, and now that he has become the god of magic, the group knows that destroying him will wipe out the magic from the face of the world. While they worry what will happen to Terra, since she is half Esper, they know what they must do. Working together, the group fights and defeats Kefka, destroying the monster. Magic disappears from the world, and Madurin appears before his daughter. He tells Terra that because she is half human, she will remain if she has an emotional attachment to something in the world. As the Esper is wiped from her body, she thinks of the children that she has grown to love in the village of Moblis. She stays in the world now, fully human. And as the adventurers fly overhead, they look down on the world rebuilding itself from the devastation now devoid of magic. And there you have it, a quick synopsis of the storyline of Final Fantasy VI. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick rundown of Final Fantasy VI in 8 minutes. Thank you guys so much. Let us know in the comments down below what story you want us to do next. We're already working on Final Fantasy VII, we're working on Resident Evil 6, we're already working on more Destiny lore, and of course, we are going to be bringing you Red Dead Redemption's storyline overview very soon. Hope you guys enjoy, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more.